Ugh, instant coffee. Absolutely disgusting. One of my most vivid childhood memories is going to my friend Larry's house. And his dad would get up on Saturday morning and he would put a couple spoonfuls of this in his cup and then he would run hot water in it. And that's it, from the tap. Not boiling hot water, just hot water from the tap. And then he would put on Young Country by Hank Williams Jr. That was the Saturday ritual for him. But this is no use to us anymore. And we have Keurig, we have Nespresso, we have all these great, instant ways of making coffee. So why do we need this? Well, I found a use for this today. Let's go check it out. Back in the day, we used to use a camera that looked a lot like this. It was basically metal, had mirrors on the inside, and light sensors, and you could attach a lot of different lenses to it just like you can today. The only difference is the picture went onto a piece of film instead of a digital card, and that film had to be processed in a lab using chemicals. Now, a lot of people still like using film, even though digital has taken over. They like the look of it. And there's this new process called cathinol that has come up over the last 5 or 10 years. And so you can develop this stuff at home. So I thought I would try it. I went and shot a bunch of pictures with my family, and then I got a bunch of ingredients in the house, and then basically developed this film in my kitchen. Here's how I did it. The first thing we're going to do is get our materials together, the vitamin C, the washing soda, and the coffee. But we don't have washing soda. We only have baking soda. So we're going to actually put the baking soda into the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes to an hour. Now, if you have a convection oven, 30 minutes is probably fine. If you have a regular oven, it's probably going to be about about an hour. And you want to make sure that the consistency is nice and dry. So when you take a spoon, there's no clumping and that the material actually spreads out nice and evenly. We're going to take our vitamin C tablets and crush them. Now you can actually buy vitamin C powder, but because of the pandemic, it's kind of hard to come by right now. We're going to take all of our tank materials and our film and our scissors and everything, and we're going to put it into the developing bag. And we're actually going to zip it and Velcro it shut, and then we're going to actually do all of the film extraction in the bag. Here's how we do that. Once your roll of film has been shot, you will not be able to see any film coming out of the roll. So you have to actually take a screwdriver inside the bag and break open that roll. That can be dangerous. You have to be very careful that you're not cutting yourself because it is metal. So you take the screwdriver and you pry it open. Once the film is out, you can put it into the leader. They make a special tool that will go inside the canister and pull the film out, pull the leader out, but I didn't have that tool. So you can actually just take the screwdriver, and it's perfectly safe if you do it very carefully because the metal is actually really soft. Once you start reeling in the film, it's actually separating the film so that the chemicals will be able to penetrate all of the film. So in other words, if you just wrapped it up, the chemicals wouldn't actually touch all of the film evenly. So this allows it a perfect separation, and this will go inside of the tank. Now I'm going to reel it all the way in, and at the end, if this had been a new roll of film, it would have a little plastic piece on it, and I would have to cut the piece off right there at the end. But I didn't have to because this is a negative that I'd already processed just to show you how to do it. Now remember, all of this has to happen in the bag. This has to be completely dark. If it is not completely dark, your film is ruined. So this has to be done either in a dark room or in the bag. Once the film is on the spool, then you can actually put the spool into the tank and put it all together and make sure it's sealed nice and tight. Remember, all this is happening in the bag. Now, once that's done, it's light safe and you can take it out of the bag and you can start mixing your ingredients. The ingredients list is going to be at the end of this video. But you can start mixing all of your ingredients. You mix everything here except for the fixer. All the coffee, the baking soda, the vitamin C all goes in together using the ingredients list that we have at the end of the video. Once all of your materials are put together, you're going to stir it and you're going to make sure that it's nice and even and it's not clumpy. You don't want any clumps. There's going to be a series of agitations. This will be in the ingredients list at the end of the video. There's going to be a series of agitations, and you agitate slowly like this. Then you're going to rinse, and then you're going to put in your fixer, and then you're going to agitate some more, and then you're going to rinse again, and then you get the film. And at this point, if you hold the film up to light, you should be able to see images in the film. So if you don't see any images against the light, then you know you did it wrong. To scan the negatives, I'm going to basically hold them up against my computer in Microsoft Word. It puts out a bright light. I use an app on my iPhone, and that it reverses the colors so that I can actually see the true image. The problem is this is not a true scan, and so if you zoom in on the images, you might see some pixelation coming from your screen. But this is what the final images look like with just me putting the images or the negative on my laptop and shooting it with my phone. Looks pretty good, actually, I think. And they turned out really well, and my family was in love with what these images look like. So this isn't as cheap as a lot of my other projects. You have to buy the tank, you have to buy the bag, you have to buy the film, you have to buy all the stuff to do it, the fixer and all of that. But what you do have is a lot of material. So once you start shooting rolls of film, it only costs you about $8 or $9 a roll per roll, and that's including the film. That's everything in. So there's an upfront cost, but per roll, it's actually very affordable and very easy to do. And it only takes about 30 to 45 minutes per roll of film to develop. So anyway, that's what we have this week. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you soon.